So this question wants us to find the product of all values generated by this particular expression between a given range of n. Now with to start solving this question, we can first start by simplifying this equation. So this equation is in the form of a square minus b square. So we can write 1 minus 1 by n square as 1 square minus 1 by n whole square, which can be then simplified into 1 plus 1 by n into 1 minus 1 by n. And if we simplify this further, we can take n as a denominator for both the expressions, and we can write n plus 1 by n into n minus 1 by n. Now, for this entire range of n, we have to find the product. But questions such as these always show some pattern. So it's very important for us to recognize that pattern. So what we will do, we will start with a smaller value of n. So let's say, what if n is between 2 and 3? So just two values of n so that we can see if we can find something meaningful. So if n is 2, the expression becomes 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2 into n minus 1 is 1 by 2 into, and for the value of 3, the expression is n plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 by 3 into n minus 1 is 2 by 3. Now what we can do is we can cancel 3 and 3 from here, we can cancel 2 and 2 from here, and I'll not cancel 2 and 4, I'll just keep it the way it is. 4 into 2 by 3. Now let's extend this range that we're looking at. What if n is now between 2 and 4? So we are adding another value to the range. So if n is between 2 and 4, till 2 and 3, the multiplication of the product would be what we have found in here. So we can directly write between 2 and 3, it would be 4 into 2, 4 by 2 into 3, what we found from this particular expression. And for n is equals to 4, it will be 4 plus 1 is 5 by 4 into 3 by 4. And again, let's do a bit of simplification. We can cancel 4 from the numerator and denominator. We can cancel 3 out here, and I'll just write 5 by 2 into 4. Let's add another value now. Let's say n is now between 2 and 5. Now the product of this expression between 2 and 4 is something that we have already found out. So just as we did in the previous case, I will just write 5 into 2 by 4. And for n equals to 5, 5 plus 1 is 6 by 5. 5 minus 1 is 4 by 5. And we can cancel out these things, and what we are left with is 6 by 2 into 5. Now I'll stop here and I'll try to make some inferences, some observations. If you say, that's what I'll do. So what I see is all the expressions, like all the output when n is between 2 and 5, I see there's the denominator contains a 2. That's the first observation that I make. The second observation that we can make here is when n was between 2 and 3, the second term of the denominator was same as the nth term. So in case here it was 3, in this case it is 4, in this case it is 5, right? Now the third observation that we can make is the numerator is 1 plus the nth term. So 4 is 3 plus 1, 5 is 4 plus 1, and 6 is 5 plus 1. So we already see there's a pattern. So the output is in the form. So if n is between x and y, the output is in the form of y plus 1, because as we saw here, if this is y, the numerator would be y plus 1 by x. Now that is something that we again saw here, that if the if the first term was 2, we were getting 2 in the denominator as one of the term. So in this case it's x. So we see that it is, we can infer that one of the term will be x, and the third term would be y itself, because just as in the case of the previous two inferences, we saw that if this is y, the nth digit is also y. So once we have got this general pattern, we can just plug in this value. So the output of the product of that will be generated by this particular expression. In our case, we are looking at a range of 2 to 16. So the output would be 16 by 2, my bad, it'll be 17 by 2 into 16, which is 17 by 32. So again, pattern recognition comes very handy. The answer in this case is D.